Debris on our scanners.
Analysis, quickly.
Same type as before, sir. Except one metal-cased object.
Helm, hard over. Phasers, fire, point blank.
Phasers, fire!
Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at Balance of Terror, a classic Star Trek episode. A foundational episode introducing the Romulans. It's further a great classic cat and mouse thriller. So let's take a look. Balance of Terror is easily in many people's top 10 classic Trek episodes. And if you have an interest in submarine warfare or submarine movies, it could easily be your favorite Trek episode. The episode is fundamentally an analog of the acclaimed 1957 submarine film, The Enemy Below. Balance of Terror is one of the great Trek episodes that presents deep space warfare as isolated and fear-inducing as it should be. It further highlights how an entire crew might function together in times of war. This engagement isn't simply fought on the bridge and/or in engineering. You get to see weapons rooms and tactical officers and technicians coming together to bring a ship to battle stations. To add to the gravity of the engagement, you have conflicting opinions on how to engage a species and spacecraft completely foreign to the Enterprise. The Romulans are presented for the first time in this episode as a mysterious people with whom the Federation long ago engaged with in a war that left more questions than answers. This war was conducted at extreme distances using nuclear weapons. Sides never physically met, or even made combat at ranges where they could obtain a proper visual representation of each other. Peace was eventually made through subspace channels. A neutral zone was created, and a treaty guaranteed peace through non-engagement. Generations later, the Romulans seem to want to provoke a war for political purposes. They are introduced as a shrewd people devoted to their government. This episode also famously introduces Romulans as the space analog for the Romans. The twin planets of the Romulan Star Empire, Romulus and Remus, a reference to the twin brothers from Roman mythology who founded the city of Rome. Their ranks include centurions and praetors. They are governed by a senate. But most notably, they are a martial expansionist society with military prowess as a supreme measure of a citizen and the state. But it's the Romulan captain who gives this culture life and depth. The captain of a Romulan vessel is played by Mark Leonard, who would play many roles in the Star Trek franchise, notably Spock's father, Sarek. But his breakout role in the franchise really stands out. He, like many Trek actors, is a classically trained stage veteran. His performance as a brilliant man trapped in a position, career, and culture of blind loyalty is excellent. He wants to win this engagement. He wants glory for his men and people, but he also wants peace, reason, and like his distant Vulcan relatives, logic. He does not want to waste the lives of his people for a political war. Balance of Terror is no doubt required viewing for anyone writing or acting Romulan characters. The bar is set very high here for characters of depth and intelligence. Likewise, the episode gives Kirk a chance to show his cunning. The engagement is very much a battle of wits between the two, trying to get into each other's minds. Not that Kirk doesn't always have time for a little cuddle during the heat of the action. What makes this episode work so very well as a submarine versus destroyer parallel is the difference between the Enterprise and the Romulan bird of prey. The writers deserve a lot of credit for the creativity used. It's truly an excellent transition from a real-world, World War II era engagement to a science fiction one. The bird of prey is the slower ship, but is armed with stealth. However, due to power restrictions, it has to decloak to fire, leaving it vulnerable, much like a U-boat having to surface to periscope depth to establish targeting solutions. The weapons of each ship are vastly different as well. The torpedoes on the bird of prey are the more deadly, but have limited range. All such differences between the two ships give the story some excellent tactical play to make for intense engagements, right down to the bird of prey discarding debris and even fallen men to play dead. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching this overview of Balance of Terror. Do remember to never forget that a Romulan never forgets. But most importantly, do take care and have a nice rest of your day.